back to my channel. So for today's tutorial, we're going to be focusing on the eyes mainly. We are going to be going for a dramatic, super smoky eye, but it's not black. It's more of a neutral, warm, smoky, burgundy kind of look. And it's what I am wearing on my eyes right now. And we are going to be going with a very nude lip because the eyes is really dramatic with dramatic lashes and everything with a lot of highlighting going on. So if you guys are interested in this look, then keep on watching. So first off, before I apply my foundation on my face, I like to go in with my St. Ivy's hydrating lotion. This stuff is supposed to be used for your body, but I use it for my face and I freaking love it. For today's look, we are going to be using the Estee Lauder Wear Foundation in 3W1 Toning. I will be using this with the IT Cosmetic Brush in number 110. These two are a great combo together. I usually pour a little bit of this onto the back of my palm. Just start applying this onto your face. I know some people don't like to apply foundation on their eye, but I do. And I don't find anything wrong with that at all when I apply my eyeshadow on. Lila and Lexi's in here just babbling away. So next thing that I like to do is usually go in right away with a powder just to set everything so there's no creasing. And right now I am currently using the Smashbox Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation in the number 4. This is how it looks like. I am going in with my Morphe E2 brush. I usually just like to go in right away with my eye because that is where my eye tend where the creasing is at, and I hate it because I always like to start off with a good foundation. If there's creasing, then eyeshadow starts to look bad and everything else. If you've noticed, I didn't apply any powder underneath my eyes because we are going to be applying concealer, and if we apply powder and the concealer and then powder it again, that's just too much stuff on your face. I like to apply stuff on my face, but I like to minimize the products that I use for my face. So now we're going to be applying concealer, and the one I'm going to be using is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm just going to lightly put that on the bottom of my eyes. And I'm going to be blending that with the Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer in number 57. This is a pretty thick concealer, but it blends really nicely. It doesn't crease. It looks really nice underneath your eyes. Now that we applied the concealer underneath our eyes, I'm going to be going in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. We are not going to be baking today. We're just going to be setting our concealer. So I'm just going to put that down there. Yeah, I know it looks a little crazy, but we're going to dust that off. This stuff doesn't do any flashback at all, which I love. For today's eyebrow, I will be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I will be using the Lila in Caramel, and I will be using that Lila with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and 12. She just loves interrupting me. But this one comes with a little spoolie. I just got this not too long ago. This is in the color Caramel again. I'm able to do a lot of stuff with these brows because I have really thick, bushy eyebrows.
Why doing it? Why doing that?
So if you guys follow me for a while now, you guys know that I always like to do my eyeliner before I do my eyeshadow on. So that's what we're going to be doing next. And I'm going to be using the Stella Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Intense Black. Next thing that we're going to be doing is applying a pencil liner to the bottom of my lash line. I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon and Blacker. Now that we are done with basically what I like to call the outline of your eyes, I will be using most of the shadows from the Lorac Mega Pro Palette 2. I've been obsessing over a bunch of these warm colors. Every color I will be referring to will be from this palette, and I think this is one color that I will show you guys in a bit. It's not from this palette. I'm gonna first go in with my Morphe M134 brush. I'm taking Melon, apply that all over my lid. Next thing I'm going to do is I'll be taking the Coastal Scents BR250 brush. I'm going to be taking Tangerine, which is the orange color, and mixing that with Goji. I think that's how you pronounce it. You just want to blend until you get it to the right shape of your eyes, because everybody's eye shape is different, so not everybody's eye is gonna look the same when you apply these eyeshadows on. For the next color, like I mentioned earlier, this color is actually not from the Lorac Pro palette, and this is by Makeup Forever. This is the M844 eyeshadow. I freaking love this color. It's a nice deep matte. I'm going to be taking that in with the Morphe M441 brush. I don't really have a crease because obviously I've got these Asian eyes with no crease. So to counter all this red orangeness that we got going around our eyes, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. blending eye brush, and I'm going to go back into the Lorac Pro palette and go into Cabernet. Apply that to the crease right there. Pull that baby out here. I'm just lightly pulling that into the inner part of my eye. I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Naked 2 brush. This came in the little kit that they had. I'm just going to pretty much blend the top part, making sure there's no harsh lines. You could use any kind of blending brush you want, but this is the one I like at the moment, so I'm just using this one. And I'm going to be taking the back of that brush. I'm going to go in with Custard. Apply that right on top with the brow bone. For the bottom of our eyes, I'm going to be using the Morphe M411 brush. I'm going to be going into the Pro palette, of course, and be taking Tawny. Put that on the bottom of my lash line. Apply that underneath just like that. I'm going to be going into Cabernet again with the same brush. And I'm going to apply that again to the top part of that shadow. Next thing that we are going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the Morphe M213 brush. We're going to go into black, dab a little bit of that, and apply that to the bottom lash line. This is going to help set the liner also. I kind of decided that since I added black down there, I'm going to be taking the Morphe M169 brush, taking some of the black again, and I'm going to apply right at the outer corner right here, just to kind of blend it. Just like that. Nothing more. Really, really simple. Now we're going to be applying on mascara, and I am going to be using Lancome's Hypnosis Mascara. For our bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash. My mouth is doing weird things. Excuse it, please. So quiet now. The kids are in the room with Taylor. Now we're going to be applying lashes to the eyes, and the one I'm going to be using are by House of Lashes in Iconic. I love these lashes. They're really dramatic, bold, big, and very fluttery. Applying this on can be tricky, but after a while you get used to it. These are really dramatic lashes. Just an FYI if you guys are thinking about purchasing these lashes. For today's look, I will be contouring using the Hoola Benefits bronzer. I will be using that with just a regular e.l.f. mineral powder brush that looks like this. I'm I'm also going to be applying that to my jawline because I have really strong jawline, as you can see. And right up here. For blush, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Crush on Blush palette. These colors, I've been wearing them a lot, and they're not as pigmented as you think they are, so you can actually go in with a heavy hand. I'm going to be using that with the Morphe E3 brush. This is my current favorite blush brush at the moment. I'm actually be taking that in with this middle one right here, and also this top one right here. With the same brush that I just used, I'm going to be going in with the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in 102 Tantric. This is fat one right here, and it's humongous. I actually bought this to contour my face with, but this actually, when applied onto my face, it appears kind of orangey, so I stopped using it. I actually started using it again, but now I use it as a blush. So I'm just going to apply that on top of the blush. What's going on? Can't talk right today. Just give you a nice, really flush, natural sun glowy look. So we are going to be contouring today, and I'm going to be using everything from the Shade Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm going to be using that with the MAC 224 brush. I originally used this to blend out my shadows, but then I ended up falling in love with it as a contouring brush. Lightly down some of that color, this color right here. However you like to contour, if you like to contour, go in and contour your nose. If you don't, by all means don't. But I like to contour my nose, so I'm just going to be contouring my nose. How many times did I just say that? I'm going to be taking the Coastal Scents BRC N42 brush. Such a long number for this brush. And I'm going to be taking this color right here. This one right here. And I'm going to be putting that on the bridge of my nose to make it appear slimmer. We are almost done with this look. Ugh, my head's itchy. For highlighter, I will be using Becca Shermie Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. And I'm going to be using that with the Morphe M330 brush. I'm going to apply that right onto the spot right there. Put some right down here. Cupid's bow. And also onto the little tip of my nose. So for the lips, I'm going to be applying Dose of Color in Truffle. This is my new obsession. I am obsessed with this color. Last but not least, I'm going to be taking some of the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I always like to spray the first one out because sometimes when you spray that automatically on your face, you get a lot of big splatters on your face. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoy and learn some tips and tricks throughout this video. And you guys did, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye guys!